Today we're going to test using the Mini Circuits USB test equipment a 3-port device, which is a filter, a 3-port filter, using the Mini Circuits USB synthesizer and the switches, 2 switches, to test the 3-port device and the USB power sensor to give us an S21 of those 3. The block diagram basically looks like this. So you come in with the signal generator. The switches switch between each of the 3 devices, and there's also a calibration port on pin number 4 of the switches. So the first thing we're going to do is to set up the software. The power sensor software controls everything. So go ahead, Walt.
Yeah, here's the main screen. We choose measurement application and the module number 13, which is the tri-band filter testing using the single pole 4-throw switches. So we click on that, go to next. This is the administration page. I'll just call it tri-band filter test. You can add a bunch of other stuff in there as well. Our spectrums of interest are going to be 250 megahertz to 550 with 16 points of measurement with an 8 dBm drive level for filter number 1. For filter number 2, we're going to use the 550 to 1350 spectrum using 41 points of measurement and 8 dBm drive. For the third filter, we're going to use 1350 to 2450 with 41 points of measurement and an 8 dBm drive level. So we're ready to build our frequency list by clicking here. Then we jump to the next screen, which shows tablature, but what we need to do is add our switches. So our input switch is serial number 046 and our output switch is 047. Now we're ready to run the power reference. We do that by clicking step 1 here and clicking run. We're running through the calibration now. You can see port 4 of both switches is our calibration transmission line. The LEDs for both are lit, which means that port 4 is engaged. The references that we're seeing displayed here are predictable, so it tells us that our setup is correct. Okay, so it's finished running through the calibration. Now we can actually do the S21 measurement on all 3 filters simultaneously by clicking step 2, device under test. You can see this is the calibration reference line here. Now all we need to do is simply hit run, and the software will actually walk us through the S21 measurements for all the filters.
So there's filter number 1. Now it's measuring filter number 2. Filter number 3. Again, you can see where the LEDs are showing which switch is engaged.
So the measurement is complete. We can use the cursor here to take a look at our pass band, which is, predictable. There's filter number 2 pass band and filter number 3 pass band.
So today we looked at how to measure S21 of 3 devices using the USB, the Mini Circuits USB test equipment, and the switches, all USB driven, controlled by the computer, and all of the RF connections all done by the switches. It could be any 3-port device. It doesn't have to be a filter. It could be amplifiers. It could be any 3-port device this can be done with. Thank you.